another inspiration program by Rotary Central Cayman Islands.
Hi, this is Jody Ann Powery from the Media and Communications Unit with RCIPS, and I just want to wish everyone a safe and happy holidays and a happy new year.
Police stop my car. Police stop my car. The police made me stop. Walk a straight line and blow a balloon up.
Remember, don't drink and drive, and lock your doors.
In answer to his question about the subjects,
there are more questions than answers.
Radio Commands, talk today.
oh, what a compliment. For that, I thank you.
What is happening now? There are homeless and hungry.
Now it's time for us to stand up for God or we will fall to nothing.
It's time now for Radio Cayman's Talk Today. If you're ready to talk, we're willing to listen.
Cayman Islands' foremost listeners participation program.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today.
Listening to the general public, what the public is saying.
And good afternoon, Radio Cayman Nation, and a very happy Wednesday to you. Thank you for tuning into your station of the nation, Radio Cayman. I'm Ray Singh, filling in for Mr. Sterling Dwayne Ebanks. We do have in studio joining us this afternoon, Mr. Carl Brown, here to discuss blood donations. And then later in the show, we'll be chatting with Mr. Noel Williams about the upcoming New Year's Eve Guy Penrod concert. As always, we do welcome your stories, feedback, and questions, and invite you to join the conversation. Simply dial 949-6990, or you can WhatsApp us at 925-3261. Back with more Talk Today following this very brief disclaimer.
Talk Today is brought to you by Subway, open 24 hours in Countryside, Anderson Square in Georgetown, and Centennial Towers in West Bay. And by the Ministry of District Administration. Explore your history, explore your land, explore your sister islands. And Cayman Airways. Call them on 949-2311 to book your nonstop flights to Los Angeles and Panama. And now, Barbados. And Digicel, Cayman's bigger, better network. And Doctors Hospital. Peace of mind is important when life happens. Doctors Hospital. Always there for you. Call 949-6066.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today, the Cayman Islands' foremost listeners participation program. We ask our listeners to avoid statements or comments which are abusive, derogatory, malicious, or defamatory. Do not use any indecent language or make any statement which is false or misleading. Email talktoday@candw.ky or call 1-800-534-8255.
Courtesy of Live Communication.
Let your voice be heard.
Radio Commands, talk today.
And welcome back to Talk Today. In case you're just tuning in, I'm Raymond Singh, filling in for Mr. Sterling Dwayne Ebanks. A couple quick Santa sightings before we get underway. To our Cayman Brac listeners, we have the Brac Paws and Claws Children's Party today from 2 to 4 p.m. at the Blue Breeze Plaza. We had them on the show yesterday afternoon. Santa will be there, and then Santa's flying back over to Grand on Thursday for the Coca-Cola Eastern District pop-up event. That's on Thursday, December 21st from 4 to 7 p.m. at the Cox Lumber parking lot in Boddentown. And reminder as well, this is our Christmas giveaway week where we'll be giving out prizes throughout the week during Talk Today. And big shout out to my colleague Kathy, who spearheaded this initiative for the Christmas giveaway. 3 companies have jumped on board, Digicel, CUC, and Reflections. And today we'll be giving away a $50 gift certificate for Reflections. And then later in the show, we'll also be giving away 2 tickets for the upcoming Guy Penrod concert. Without much further ado, Mr. Carl Brown, the man, the myth, the legend.
Good afternoon to Ray. He's our stand-in Santa. And we'd like to thank our listening audience for tuning into the station that rules the nation, is it?
Station of the Nation.
Station of the Nation. Radio Cayman. I'd like to thank you, those who are listening in Radio Land, all the way in Cayman Brac and Little Cayman, and our faithful audience in the Cayman Islands, and those who are in the cyber world.
Cyber world.
Yes.
My mom's watching the cyber world right now. She watches all the shows. She's that proud mom that looks on, and she has to benefit nowadays of listening by YouTube.
And that's so remarkable. We are so accessible. That means there's nothing in the dark.
That's true. You got to be on your toes, without a doubt. And, Carl, you're probably here as much as any other staff member. You're the unpaid member of our staff here at Radio Cayman. So we got to give a shout out to you because you're involved in so many initiatives. I know today we're talking about blood donations, but you're involved with the Rotary.
Yes.
Heavily involved with Rotary.
Yes.
And Rotary is doing some pretty big things. I know you mentioned we have the big event coming up next year.
Yes, we are going to be hosting 11 countries. 11 countries from 10 islands, yes. Northwest Caribbean.
It's just Northwest Caribbean. Yeah. And this is
a Rotary District Conference, which David Kakaldi is the district governor of. About near 95 clubs throughout the Northwest Caribbean, yes.
So I'm trying to wrap my head around the size of that, because that's a big
that's going
community
from
organization,
the Bahamas, going all the way south to St. Martin's.
Okay.
And that involves Jamaica, Haiti, and the Cayman Islands, Jamaica, and 4 languages, and a plethora of
So do you have the interpreter like the UN?
Yes, we do.
You do?
We do, yes.
So everyone has a headset on with their own language?
Everybody has a headset on. We do have quite an apparatus because it is an international organization and our district is rather exotic in its diversity, both in ethnology and culinary and cultural and historical similarities but diversities, and it makes for one of the greatest intersections of Rotary in the Rotary world.
I've always wanted to see how we have all those different languages going on at the same time, because it's the logistical coordination of timing all of that and making sure that everyone is actually getting the exact same message.
Same message, same interpretation, and no nuances.
Because you could really mess with someone if you start saying something different.
Yes. In fact, there have been instances internationally where a few phrases and a few words have been slightly calculatedly redirected to give an interpretation that's not quite what was intended.
Yeah. And that's how war starts.
That's how war starts, or you avoid some.
Yes, or you avoid them.
Yes.
You know what? There you go. Let's see.
Yep.
Leave a few words out.
Yes.
But
yes, I do wear a few hats, and I have the privilege as a human being to live in a remarkable community, and I have the privilege to be participating in a number of organizations at the intersection of how we live in Cayman, and I do believe that if I'm provided the opportunity to, I should, because I do not know when my wick will grow. The glow of my wick will go low or be snuffed. And no fear of that, however. My fear is not to utilize all of that wick string to the best that I have been given.
I like that. I mean, we've all been given a certain amount of time, and
yes,
whether you leave God or you don't leave God, irrelevant to the conversation, we've all got that life, right?
Journey
and
path.
That opportunity.
Journey path and opportunity with 10 fingers and if possible 10 toes.
And if possible 10 toes.
Yes.
You would know that you're the. So those of you on the radio can't see Carl's shoes, but he has the classiest shoes.
5-finger toe shoes.
5-finger toe shoes. I love it.
They enable you to have a bit of dexterity and connect you with the Cayman beauty in without having to soil feet.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I would love to wear those to work. I think I might get some odd looks from those above. But and walk us through the hat, because you said a man of many hats, and as you say
I'm part of Rotary. I'm part of our National Gallery community. I serve as a board member. I'm also chairman of the board of our National Gallery. I've been privileged to be given that opportunity, and I'm also a part of our blood donor community from 1999, and also part of our cultural community. Even though I live in Boddentown, at one time I spent 3 years on the West Bay Heritage Committee while my wife was on the Boddentown Heritage Committee. It was a little bit of interesting.
A little tense at home.
How to manage home base without having to seek security interference. But I think that you've given the opportunity of lifespan. You should utilize every moment that you can. Mistakes and all, challenges, whatever they may arise, you should find every opportunity to enable where you live to be better of it when you're going. And on your way out, you do the best to make sure that Next Gen has a remarkable platform.
Pay it forward.
And I'm also involved a little quieter from a faith perspective in the faith community. And I have a very significant interest in our historical DNA, our cultural DNA.
Sure.
And the Cayman Islands has a remarkable history, contrary to some people's thoughts. And that history is so definitively different than our very close siblings and neighbors, of which we share much, and including family and DNA,
sure.
but of which we have defined ourselves differently in significant ways that have been palpable for forever, but we've not given voice to it. And now I think we're doing so. I'm so happy that we have a museum presence in West Bay, with the old Ugland Motor Car Museum has now been converted into a space to enable Caymanian heritage and history to be manifest and for our youngsters to have access to. I think that if our youngsters could be brought to the understanding of how significant it is of a place they live, one, and the DNA that they share with ancestors that were off the charts remarkable, they would be propelled to live up to the expectations of the blood that's flowing through their veins. We would have a much prosperous Cayman Center, which is those who are generational Caymanians. So I do believe that there is there's some work left to be done for all of those in command of resources to enable our youngsters to have a greater understanding from the day they are born and go to school about who they are, how different they are than others, and how similar they are, and how significant they are, that those from outside who are not necessarily equipped with the knowledge of us do not get to define us because they have the opportunity to.
Sure.
So
on that note,
let's
go to commercial break. When we come back, I want to hear about this fourth hat, which is the hat sitting beside you here on the table here. Back with more Talk Today right after this.
Are you planning a social, an office party, or event over the holiday season? Make the most of your holiday party and leave the catering to Subway. Choose from small and large sandwich platters, double meat wrap platters, and top it off with optional cookie platters for dessert. Or ask about our Subway Box to Go, with the option of a 6-inch or foot-long sandwich, 1 cookie, and 1 bag of chips. Cater your holiday parties with Subway. Visit subway.ky for menu options. Subway, eat fresh.
Jingle all the way into the season of incredible savings and wish granting with Digicel. This Christmas, get 25% off your Prime Bundle plan or postpaid bill for the next 6 months. With plans featuring social data, entertainment data, and more, Digicel keeps you connected and entertained all season long. But here's the real magic. Digicel could make your Christmas wish come true. Win a prize of your choice, from getting your rent paid to a new laptop or even a brand new car. Visit a Digicel store today, where dreams come true this holiday season.
Discover your dream home with Cayman National's home loan. Get up to 95% financing, repayment up to 40 years, and just a 0.5% commitment fee. Your interest rate? Depending on your risk factors, it'll be fixed or variable. Plus, you get a pre-approved credit card. This is a limited time offer. Dial 949-8300 or email lending@caymannational.com today.
You know, as a little girl, I dreamt of traveling to faraway places and foreign lands. I tell you what though, no more dreaming. I'm going flying with Cayman Airways. How blessed are we in the Cayman Islands to have a very own national airline? Girl, you can fly to so many international destinations without the hassle of connecting flights. On top of Jamaica, Cuba, and Honduras, you got non-stop flights from Cayman to New York, Miami, Tampa, and even Denver, Los Angeles, Panama, and child, they now have Barbados. Going to be a little cafe con leche and Hollywood Squares for this old gal.
Make your travel dreams come true with Cayman Airways, offering non-stop flights for non-stop adventures in Panama, LA, and many more places in between. For details and to book, call 949-2311, contact a travel agent, or visit CaymanAirways.com.
Kirk Freeport's annual $40,000 Christmas sweepstakes is back once again. Simply spend $100 at your favorite Kirk Freeport store to enter to win one of 3 $5,000 cash prizes, one of 5 $1,000 cash prizes, and loads of other great prizes throughout December. And of course, the one you're all waiting for, the Rolex watch prize draw for all entries will be held on January 5th. All purchases of $100 at any Kirk Freeport store before Christmas Eve qualify for all remaining prize draws. Full details on kirkfreeport.com. Merry Christmas from everyone at Kirk Freeport.
At Doctors Hospital, we know life happens, and usually when you least expect it. So when unexpected medical issues arise, you need quality care close to home. Located in the heart of Georgetown, our accomplished team of physicians and medical staff treat minor urgent conditions such as migraines, chest and abdominal pain, shortness of breath, burns, broken bones, open wounds, and more. 24 hours, 7 days a week with no appointment necessary. Peace of mind is important when life happens. At Doctors Hospital, we're always here just for you. Need to speak to someone? Call 949-6066.
Hot Zone Sports invites you to visit their 2 location sports stores, Lemar Village in West Bay and Cannon Place in Georgetown, for your Christmas shopping. With every purchase, you can enter a raffle to win gift certificates. Buy any slippers and get the next one half off. Everything is on sale from 10% off and up for your last week of Christmas shopping. Footwear and apparel such as Nike, Jordan, Puma, Adidas, Reebok, Calvin Klein, and Tommy Hilfiger. Football jerseys, English Premier, La Liga, and Bundesliga. We offer names and numbers printing and also gift certificates. A wide selection of football shoes and accessories. Open daily at 9:30 a.m. and will close late for your last-minute shopping. On behalf of the management and staff, we thank you for shopping with us. Wishing you and your family best wishes for the holiday season.
Santa says ho, ho, ho. Ho, ho, ho! Don't miss your chance to win big this holiday season with the Rubis Pure Joy promotion. Win $30,000 to pay your bills.
Merry Christmas!
Each time you top up your tank with $25 of fuel or merchandise from Jose's 24-hour food mart, you earn another stamp. Collect 6 stamps and you're entered to win a lot of awesome prizes. You could be the lucky winner of $30,000 to pay your 2024 bills. Don't forget to share the Christmas spirit with gift certificates your loved ones can use at Reflections, Liquor for Less, Hemp and Tobacco, Food for Less, or Jose's Rubis. Now open 24 hours a day to serve you.
Merry Christmas!
Talk today. But I do have some questions. Talk today.
Cayman Islands' foremost listeners participation program.
Talk today.
Because there are more questions than answers.
What the public is saying.
Waiting to take your calls right now. Sterling Dwayne Ebanks.
And welcome back to Talk Today. In case you're just tuning in, I'm Ray Singh filling in for Mr. Sterling Dwayne Ebanks, and I've just been given a quick update. If you are on the roads and listening to Talk Today, do avoid the Butterfield Roundabout area. There's an accident up there that's causing some significant backup and delays. So find an alternate route or take a swing back to the office because you don't want to be caught in traffic too much longer. And we do hope that everyone's okay in that accident. Again, we'll be giving away a couple giveaways today. Big shout out to Kathy Miller, my colleague in the sales office, for coordinating this Christmas week giveaway of prizes. Stay tuned for the show. We'll be to hear the answer to the questions. But a shout out to our 3 sponsors of that, which are Digicel, CUC, and Reflections. So, Carl, thanks again for joining the show. Now, here we're talking today about blood donation.
Yes, and we have an accident on the roundabout.
Which
highlights why I'm here to highlight and focus on enabling our public to not only try to navigate safely, but to also mitigate against the challenge of a loved one needing, or anyone for that matter, who needs blood, whether it's for crises of health, whether it's a crisis of an accident that was that you could not see coming, or it could be just the fact that we have an accident, a major catastrophe, God forbid, and we're not asking for that. Say an airport incident or on our dock. We do have lots of tourists coming in at this time. So our blood bank, which is, by the way, one of the top 10 blood banks in the Western Hemisphere, according to PAHO, in terms of its meeting the criteria for a number of issues, a number of things, including 100% volunteer blood donorship. So our blood bank is at the epicenter of, I would not say perfection, but operating ethos of best practice. And
I kind of want to assume that everyone is going to be operating with best practice when we're talking about this. But I guess that's the reality.
Everyone strives to do so.
Yeah.
And there are some principles that are part of the blood donation ethos around the world. The optimal blood donor organization is asked to have your blood donor pool to be 100% voluntary. That means we do not want to provide an incentive to have because the incentive could override your intent to be as cautious as we require.
Sure.
So in removing any motivation other than your heart, you helped us to cross off and tick off another important layer that we go through to make sure that the blood that we receive in the blood bank is safe and able to be provided the opportunity to serve. By the way, 1 pint can save up to 5 lives. So, has the ability to do so.
2 questions then. First one is, because I actually don't know this. When you were talking there, I was actually in my head going, who actually runs the blood bank? So who actually runs the blood bank?
So our blood bank is a national entity, and blood banks are always and are required to be run by national entity.
So it is a government. It is a government organization.
It is a government organization, and
under HSA or separate?
Under the HSA.
It is. Okay.
It is under the HSA.
Okay.
And in order for accountability to be the persons to be held responsible ultimately for its operating mechanism, for its best practice, for its outputs, for its shortcomings, if you have any.
Sure.
Accountability will come right back to the central government.
Okay.
So, National Blood Bank.
Now, is that you said PAHO? Is that the
Pan American Health Organization, which is part of World Health.
Yep. So these are the standards they set that blood banks in the West or anywhere should actually be following these guidelines.
These are worldwide guidelines, but there are variances in countries because each country has its challenges regarding access to a wider donor pool.
Sure.
And they have challenges in terms of getting and meeting their objectives of having the right amount of blood to meet the crises that they are likely to have. And there's always this plan ahead, but you can't plan for everything, even though you try. And as such, there are jurisdictions which are hugely challenged in having this steady supply of donors who are not motivated by anything but their humanity, who will be brought closer to giving if they have an incentive to do so. And
fair enough.
And then also another interesting part of our compliance is we, in the Cayman Islands, we take our blood donor pools at large. So we do not do family donations, which is also discouraged because...
Sorry, I didn't quite...
So, okay, in most jurisdictions, there are families who would... Their family member who is ill, so they they want to come in to do this. The motivation is truly a very, very moral one, a very good one, but sometimes the incentive to have your loved one live you will override some of the safety requirements that you have that we have to maintain
I see. Okay.
from an institution's point to keep fidelity of purpose. And I want to give because I need my and in spite of the fact that I may have
it's discouraged, but it's not disallowed.
It's discouraged, but not disallowed.
Okay,
so
understood.
our compliance requirements there.
Sure.
We meet them, and we exceed most other countries around the world. So our blood bank is not Mickey Mouse. We received an award from PAHO back in, I'm thinking 2001, 2002, as one of the top 10 in the Western Hemisphere.
Now, how often does PAHO or the other organizations kind of do an audit or inspect different countries? So is it like an annual thing, biannual?
It's a continuous thing, and considering that we just went through the JCI accreditation process, that was another added layer. Interestingly enough, our blood bank was JCI accredited long before other parts of the HSA, and that can occur, which is another plus to our blood bank.
Yep. Okay.
We have taken it for granted, but our blood bank is at the epicenter of delivery of on outputs that can be relied on as some of the best.
Do you ever get it to the point where you might need to do incentive-based donations?
We don't. We don't. Other people do that. We don't do that.
All
we don't. We make sure that you're healthy when you come.
Sure.
You have to do your checklist, and you will be provided hydration, and it may be in the form of juice. There are other countries. I know in Britain it used to be quite a place you could get a pint of Guinness, and in other countries you can get some beer and other things, which it's not bad for those countries because that is a part of their cultural norms.
Listen, there's places that pay. There are jurisdictions
and
that
they
actually
do
pay for
and
it.
do.
And I understand the incentive because if someone needs money,
they need money. It will override their
judgment.
Their judgment as to I know I may not answer this question properly, and you have a questionnaire that you'll fill out. Your questionnaire is extensive. We expect it to be truthful, but we take no chances at the back end. We'll be checking your donation to make sure it is sound.
Yep.
So there have been a number of lights in our community regarding blood. For years, part of our best practice was to not allow some of our citizens who have traveled abroad to the United Kingdom and to Europe to give. And that excluded some of my own family members. And it was because of mad cow disease, which was challenging.
That was from like the 90s, though, wasn't it? I don't remember when it was, but I remember reading
about it. It goes back to the 90s, yeah. Just to highlight, incentives leaves us open to transmission infections.
Sure.
And we make sure that doesn't happen.
Sure.
The pint that goes to a patient is totally safe and beyond reproach.
Sure.
So mad cow, we had to halt taking from one of our best donor pools, who were those from the British Isles and from Europe, and those who traveled there and lived there and worked there over a certain time, during a certain period of time.
So now you can actually take.
Yes.
Or they can actually donate, rather.
It was hurtful to us because, one, that donor market segment were a remarkable, predisposed giver of this life product. They did not have to be motivated in any way. They did not have to be controlled or to be teased. They didn't have to be teased out to give a pint. They did so out of a sense of their cultural ethos, which was and remains remarkable. And then mad cow disease emerged. Mad cow was a huge challenge in that there was not resolution to mad cow, and it was not detectable. And as such, we abided by the American Blood Bank Association in its ethos not to exclude certain countries, and not because we considered them less or bad, but it was to make sure that best practice would enable us to provide to round out healthcare minus a lot of liability and loss of life. And our decisions were sound, they were fair, and even though there were a few bruised egos and egos within my own family and hurt because you would think that my blood is not good enough, but truly it was just around making sure that every product that came from the HSA was platinum in terms of delivery. It worked. And now, as of September, we've had the privilege to reapproach that policy, and based on science, our government took the approach through the Chief Medical Officer to redirect us, to enable us to be able to accept, based on science, that we can now accept blood from our citizens from the British Isles and from Europe.
So we have about 5 minutes for our commercial break. But so what changed to allow it? Was there something that fundamentally changed in the science of it, or was it just
I think science enabled detection to be improved, one, which was important, and the cases diminished significantly to the point that they would not be a wide public health issue. For example, in England, there was a time if you were born beyond a certain time, if you're born, I think it's post 1996, you needed blood. The blood that you received from their bank in Europe came from overseas, because they did not take chance with their pool. People born prior to that, they were able to utilize the blood that was harvested there. So it's best practice was exercised there.
Interesting. Okay.
There are machines that they utilized to do sifting, and this is using terms that are not necessarily scientific. Machines that enabled the blood to be optimized for people born beyond a certain date, to utilize the blood that was harvested there. But those born after 1996, they were not out of best practice. The blood was imported. Now things have changed because they have been continuously studying and continuously updating every year, every quarter, because it is a challenge when you can't harvest donors in your own country across the board. And here we are at the intersection where science has given us some relief, and now anybody can come forward.
So all the legalities, all the paperwork on our end has been changed. We're now in place.
Yes, it's in change. Regulations.
When did that actually come into effect?
It came into effect sometime in September.
Okay, so very recent.
Yep, recent.
Very recent. Okay.
And we are now so happy that we have that market segment that used to be so faithful. They can now return to the fold.
And it probably represents about 10% of the population, if you actually look at it from all the jurisdictions.
10% of the population, yes, but when it came to our donation pool prior to the effecting of these regulations, they constituted 50% of the donation.
So
they were, when they left, we had to purchase blood from overseas. Wow. And the blood stock exchange, at times, you would pay up to $1,500 per pint trying to bring a pint of blood from overseas to the United States, because you're competing with interests that needed blood there. So you had to pay a premium cost to get your blood, and a pint could go up to $1,500. So it's not.
That's wild.
It is wild.
That opens up so many potential for black markets even
to
open up.
No, they have that market.
That's quite a high value.
The high value is because of the very high regard paid to best practice.
Sure, no.
So all of the best practice machinery is costly. So when the blood is ready for a patient, it's costly.
Sure.
And because blood has always been precious and always been scarce, it's like anything else that is of high value but has a scarcity around it.
Sure.
Attracts a value.
Yeah.
So that market would go up and down. And 1999, when we had that crisis of Y2K, 2000 coming in.
Y2K.
Yes, right. Yes. That created a lot of mayhem. And I have been involved from then.
Sure.
Because we knew that we had to be self-sufficient. We
Of
had
course,
to
yeah.
be. And today, going from the place where we have had to import, we no longer import. Our donor pool is growing. And as of the regulation, retweaking and recalibration, we are so happy with our blood donor community. In addition to the fact that science has enabled us we have 2 platelet machines at the HSA. And I'm speaking on behalf of our blood bank, which is the team, Judith Clark, who have earned their rest, and Dr. Lundy and his group, who have more than earned their rest this Christmas. So
Well, let's go to a quick commercial. When we come back, we'll talk about them more than
platelet machines.
2 platelet machines.
Yes.
Back with more talk today, right after this.
It's game time, Subway fans. We're upping our sub game with the all-new Subway Series menu, an all-star lineup of 6 delicious recipes. Just order by name or number and we'll do the rest. Whether you're catching a quick lunch or just need a tasty victory, the Subway Series menu is coming in clutch. Subway Series, easy to order, hard to resist. Try it today, only at Subway. Eat fresh.
Wouldn't it have been grand if you had purchased land 30 years ago? It may not be 2020, but a perfect vision has never been more clear. Cayman Brac and Little Cayman, poised for growth with an eye on the future. Your land, your history, your future. Discover all that our sister islands have to offer.
The best foundation you can wear is glowing, healthy skin. The offices of dermatologist Dr. Wayne Porter specialize in enhancing your skin's well-being. Whether you're seeking advanced skincare, including any skin cancers, Botox, filler, cosmetic skin enhancements, or simply looking to reduce wrinkles, Dr. Porter offers a full-service dermatology and dermatological surgery practice. For more information, email drporterkman@gmail.com or call 946-9020. That is 946-9020.
Find your dream car with a Cayman National Vehicle Loan. Enjoy 100% financing, up to 8-year repayment, and a 7% fixed interest rate for the first 5 years. For eco-friendly cars, we'll waive your commitment fee. This only applies to new vehicles until December 31st, 2023. Call 949-8300 or email lending@caymannational.com today.
South Coast Bar and Grill up in Breakers, man, that is the place. For traditional Cayman cuisine, oh, you will love the taste. At South Coast Bar and Grill, we got conch and lobster and turtle stew. And every Sunday, come out with your family for the barbecue.
South Coast Bar and Grill by the seaside, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. daily, lunch and dinner. Call us at 947-2517.
For Cayman and cuisine, the talk today is South Coast Bar and Grill.
Hey! This Christmas is all about you. Yeah, boy. Flow brings the joy and better value.
With daily prizes of iPhones, iPads, laptop, and gift vouchers this Christmas when you sign up for broadband. Pay your bill on time and in full, or activate a 30-day prepaid plan.
This Christmas is all about you. I'm telling you, boy. Flow brings the joy and better value.
Flow, connecting hearts and homes this Christmas. Visit discoverflow.co for more details. Conditions apply.
Flow brings the joy and better value.
'Tis the season at Vigoro, and we've got all your festive favorites. From Christmas ornaments to decorations, succulents to ceramics. We've got gifts and more. Blooms, orchids, mobiles, garden accessories, furniture, even fairy gardens for the little ones. Make it a Vigoro Christmas with a gift that will be treasured forever. Both garden centers will be open on Christmas Eve till 5 p.m. Merry Christmas from Vigoro.
Satisfaction is guaranteed 24 hours a day, whether it's music or information.
From Grand Cayman to Cayman Brac to Little Cayman, we've got you covered.
You ever hear a thing like that?
Radio Cayman in the Cayman Islands.
Today's biggest news.
Radio Cayman. Your voice, your choice. Local, regional, international. This is Headlines from Radio Cayman's newsroom. Today's biggest news.
The headline news is brought to you by Health Services Authority.
With your latest headlines, I'm Felicia Rankin-Solins. Phase 1 of the Airport Connector Road will open this Friday, December 22nd. Officially named the J. Bodden Highway, a ribbon-cutting ceremony will take place at 10:30 a.m. with Phase 1 of the J. Bodden Highway opening to the public at noon the same day. In international news, a subvariant of the Omicron strain of coronavirus has been classified as a variant of interest by the World Health Organization because of its rapidly increasing spread. JN1 has been found in many countries around the world, including India, China, and the United States. The risk to the public is currently low, and current vaccines continue to offer protection, the WHO says. A group of South Korean students are suing the government because their college admission examination ended 90 seconds earlier than scheduled. They are asking for 20 million won, which is $15,400 each, the cost of a year's studying to retake the exam. The country's infamous college admission test, known as Sunung, is an 8-hour marathon with back-to-back papers and multiple subjects. It is one of the hardest exams in the world, and stakes are very high. It not only determines university placements and jobs, but even future relationships. A number of measures to help students concentrate are taken during the annual event, such as closing the country's airspace and delaying the opening of the stock market. These are your headlines. I'm Felicia Rankin-Solins.
Today's biggest news.
Radio Cayman. Your voice, your choice. Local, regional, international. This is Headlines from Radio Cayman's newsroom. Today's biggest news.
The headline news is brought to you by Health Services Authority.
When you have a sports or fitness-related injury, trust the expertise of the HSA's Sports and Exercise Medicine Clinic to get you back in the game. Our internationally trained and certified physicians specialize in sports traumatology, sports medicine, pain management, and orthopedic surgery. For treatment of common injuries such as tendonitis, arthritis, tennis elbow, rotator cuff, or knee tears, schedule a consultation with the Sports and Exercise Medicine Clinic at Smith Road Medical Center by calling 949-8600 or visit hsa.ky for more information.
Radio Cayman is pleased to feature this special Sister Islands historical vignette brought to you by the Ministry of District Administration and Lands. Explore your history, explore your land, explore your Sister Islands.
Born in Watering Place, Cayman Brac, on the 8th day of July 1936, Captain Fred Elman Scott was the 5th child born to Nalio and Vera Scott. Captain Scott was a quiet-natured child who liked going on the bluff with his grandfather Oscar Brown, swimming every Saturday evening and playing cricket down where Miss Alamay's house sits now. He was very studious at Creek Elementary School and did very well under the tutelage of his favourite teacher, Miss Isley Connolly in BE. Following the tragic death of his father at sea, at age 14 he left school to work with Arnold Foster to support his family. In 1953, he joined his first ship, the Beretta, a local cargo vessel, signing on as deck boy, working his way up to boatswain. From 1953 until 2006, some 52 years, Captain Scott made his living working off the seas.
Radio Cayman is pleased to feature this special Sister Islands historical vignette brought to you by the Ministry of District Administration and Lands. Explore your history, explore your land, explore your Sister Islands.
Explore your history, explore your land, explore your Sister Islands, the ultimate staycation experience. Your culture, your freedom, the land that time forgot isn't gone. It's your Sister Islands.
Discover all that our Sister Islands have to offer.
Listen to the general public.
Your thoughts are just a telephone call away. 1-800-534-8255.
What the public is saying.
Let your voice be heard. And now,
Radio Cayman's Talk Today.
And welcome back to Talk Today. I'm Ray Singh, filling in for Mr. Sterling Dwayne Ebanks, and happy to announce that the roundabout over at the Butterfield Roundabout has been cleared, and that accident has been moved aside, and traffic is now flowing relatively smoothly again. A couple quick Santa sighting announcements again. Cayman Brac today in just another hour from 2 to 4 p.m. The Brac Paws and Claws Children's Party is taking place. Santa will be there at the Blue Breeze Plaza, and then Santa flies back over to Grand on Thursday for the Coca-Cola Eastern District pop-up event in Bodden Town. This is going to be a big one. They've got Santa's going to be out there. They're giving away toys, drinks. They got a lot of music going on. That's the Cox Lumber parking lot in Bodden Town. And we're actually now going to give out our first giveaway of the day. This is the $50 gift certificate for Reflections, and the question is a very simple question, and that is to tell me the name of the 3 sponsors who have donated certificates for this week's Christmas giveaway. Very simple. The 3 sponsor names. First caller call in with 3 names wins. Mr. Brown, back to you.
Yes, I was telling you a little about the advances in technology as provided by the HSA.
Oh, that was quick. Sorry.
Sorry
to cut you off. The caller had the speed dial on.
Oh.
Good afternoon, caller. Thanks for calling Talk today.
Yes, good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Are you calling in for the to win the certificate?
No, not really.
Oh.
No, but I'm entitled to the second one. I'll take it.
Did you want to try to answer the question since you are the first caller?
No, I didn't call for that, sweetheart.
Okay.
I just call in regards to the traffic out here on the road. I know it's busy, but the problem that we have out here, when it's time for someone to turn left or right, the intersection is built up to the max.
Yes.
To the max. And it seems like we can't get an officer down here to try to let those guys stop at their line and wait until their light changes again, because they're not sharing the road properly. Or when you have the arrow, or you have the right of way for the green to go straight, we got cars turning. It's in the what do you call it, in the center of the road. Then put it that way.
Yes, of course. Yeah.
Oh, there's a disaster, and I just think that something needs to be done in regards to having some cops out here directing traffic and making these guys stay in their proper place until it's their time to come to the light again. You know, it's going to take some time, but it doesn't make any sense when everybody is in the center of the
roundabout.
The lights and nobody, no, not even much the roundabout, but the center of the light here on this road and there on Shade Road going up there by Jake Scott. You know, everybody just buckling up in the middle of the road when they can't even go nowhere. So we need some help on here on these streets, because if this is what Christmas is doing for us, we can imagine when Christmas is not on what we're doing. But I think that is Mr. What's your name again?
Brown,
yes.
Mr.
Mr. Brown, how
yes.
Are you?
Thank you very much, and thank you very much for your continuous contribution as a citizen of note. Jan, you have been remarkable, and we would like to encourage you to continue to do this, because you do make a difference in spite of what
I have no plans on stopping. I say when they stop me, then I have a very big yard up in Newland.
Yes.
I say I will get some posters to put in my yard and tell everybody to come by and drive and read them, because I'm not going to let anyone shut me up too easily. I've tried to come with stuff that is helpful for all of us, you know, not just one person, it's for everybody.
We will be here to enable your voice to be as loud as it should be, because it is too valuable to be silent.
Well, thank you so much, and you guys have a safe holiday, and looking forward to a new year with Radio Cayman and you guys, and especially you, Mr. Brown. You bring a lot too. You don't even know that, but you do.
And may the tourism season be as bountiful and rewarding to you as it should be for you.
Would you believe I've been the last hour trying to get back to the terminal?
Yes.
But,
and thanks to again also for being, and thanks for your ambassadorship, your contribution to enabling the visitor experience to be one that is memorable for them to want to come back. So that's important.
Thank you again, Mr. Jan. I appreciate you calling in. Again, so we're giving out the certificate for Reflections. If first caller call in and tell us the name of the 3 sponsors who have donated certificates for this
Guy Penrod concert, which will be the 31st of...
they're going to win this.
They're going to win this now?
No, that's good. They're going to win that when Mr. Noel comes in later.
Oh, okay.
Right now,
yes.
I guess one hint is this is a Reflections certificate for $50.
Okay.
So that big hint there. But there's 3 sponsors who have donated certificates for this Christmas giveaway.
Okay.
So first caller call in, that's 949-6990.
forgive me for attempting to sit in the hot seat.
No, that's quite all right. You know, one day we got to swap seats. You come sit in the hot seat, and I'll sit on that side. You ask the questions.
I think you are much more capable than I am.
What you're saying is you're the man with the answers.
I'm not so sure I will attempt.
You know, we'd have to get Miss Jan to come in the studio one day.
Yes, for sure.
That's what we should get in the studio.
Very much so.
Yeah.
Prominent Georgetowner from a prominent multi-generational Kimanian family that has had remarkable experiences over time and has kept her observation of the growth of our community in her mind in a very vivid way. Sure. And can recite it in a way that cannot be contradicted, one, and two, her solutions are valuable to be considered and important. So she is part of a group that are too important not to have a voice.
No, you're absolutely right. You know, actually, on a completely off the chart note,
yes.
On Friday, we're actually going to be doing a special segment on Christmas in Cayman.
Oh.
And we have Mr. Banks, who's another wealth of knowledge.
It's supposed to be lovely.
Yeah, like to talk about the history of some of the culture, some of the customs that we've had, but he's got some of the sound bites he's bringing in because Radio Cayman's been around for a number of years now.
Yes, and the people who have been part of Radio Cayman have been around for a number of years prior to that, and they bring an experience. Yeah. And that Christmas segment is going to be an important one to watch and to keep as a part of the memory bank of each family here.
It is.
Because it's going to be referring to food, fellowship, tragedy, and the full utilization of limited resources and enabling it to be absolutely glittering, even though in its simplicity, it comes out, the outputs are remarkable. Just sand in the yard with flowers. And Christmas.
I've heard the story.
Christmas gifts buried in the sand. Yeah. Children waking up in the morning to find that that's part of Cayman's history that should and need to be.
Tell me about the story of
to be pulled
backing
up.
Sand.
Backing sand.
Backing sand. You tell me the stories how when they were kids, like they owned their little hole and you didn't go over near someone else's.
Right. And
want to start a fight.
And how did you? Your sand was swept north to west, or you'd be in trouble with the person in command, usually the matriarch of the house.
Yeah, and you know, I was actually at my son was in the commercial recently with Hell City, but at the commercial shooting, Mr. Brent McLean was there.
Yes.
And he was talking about how they used to make the proper style Cayman style beef was mixed with pork, and I had never heard this story before.
Yes.
And there was another lady there.
So those who are of certain religious persuasions, Adventists, and are unable to partake would have to make special request. And even though I understand that particular style is very tasty, some people have restrictions, but you could ask for your version, which would be Cayman style sans the infusion of the other white meat.
It's interesting. It's some of those stories I had never heard before. And I think they're great. Anyhow, back to your topic.
Two platelet machines, which are remarkable in their objectives. Those platelet machines are now part of the apparatus to enable a patient to come spend an hour and give blood. The machine would remove the platelet from the donation and then redirect the red cells back to the patient safely. And that would enable the blood bank to optimize its resources. So a pint of blood is remarkably compartmentalized in certain parts that come together to make that product, and they have different shelf lives. So there are certain parts of the blood that need to be utilized at certain points for it not to go to waste, which because of the science that's applied at the lab, we make sure that nothing goes to waste. So realizing that there are different stages and lengths of life for different parts of the blood, the platelet machine comes into play to enable an optimization of a pint. So a patient will spend a little more than the usual 15 minutes to give a pint, and we'll go on the platelet machine, which will take your blood, will extract the platelet, and will send back the red blood cells back to you. It's yours anyhow. So you leave with your blood, and you have given where those platelets that can be utilized in surgeries, emergency.
Those parts that go back to the donor, those are the parts that will go bad faster. Is that why you send it back? You don't actually continue to use it?
If you can give back the donor,
sure,
some of what they had, the donor walks out with almost what they came with.
So what is your shelf life then of what you do keep?
What you do keep goes into your body, and
the donor donates the blood. Back
donated pint,
Yeah.
And I'm not able to give you all particulars, but there are some can last for a few weeks, some can last for a few months, some parts of the pint of blood. And so there is this optimization process to make sure that there is a minimal of any waste of product. So because the blood is so precious. And the platelet machine provides a tool to optimize and to enable that there is zero wastage. So a pint of blood that you have at the lab will be scientifically managed and has special refrigerators, and will be separated out to be utilized for medical output. And they know that we have a shelf life for this, shelf life for that, which is different from the other 2 or 3, and we'll work according to that plan. So
it's amazing science.
It's deep science.
Yeah, let's go to our 15 break. When we come back, I want to walk through again the process of people donating their blood and some of the changes in the
changes in the offing. Yeah.
Back with more talk today right after this.
You know, as a little girl, I dreamt of traveling to faraway places and foreign lands. I tell you what though, no more dreaming. I'm going flying with Cayman Airways. How blessed are we in the Cayman Islands to have a very own national airline? Girl, you can fly to so many international destinations without the hassle of connecting flights. On top of Jamaica, Cuba, and Honduras, you got non-stop flights from Cayman to New York, Miami, Tampa, and even Denver, Los Angeles, Panama, and child, they now have Barbados. Going to be a little cafe con leche and Hollywood Squares for this old gal.
Make your travel dreams come true with Cayman Airways, offering non-stop flights for non-stop adventures in Panama, LA, and many more places in between. For details and to book, call 949-2311, contact a travel agent, or visit CaymanAirways.com.
Happy holidays and Merry Christmas. 'Tis the season to be merry and healthy in the Cayman Islands. At Doctors Hospital and Integra Healthcare, we're not just a hospital and clinic with a talented group of local and international healthcare professionals. We're your partners in well-being throughout the year. So may your holidays be filled with the soothing sounds of the ocean, the embrace of good health, and a commitment to a healthier tomorrow. From all of us at Doctors Hospital and Integra Healthcare, we wish you and your loved ones happy holidays and a wonderful new year.
A house isn't a home without the perfect furnishings and decor. At Robert Wood Furniture and Design, we have everything your home deserves. Shop now for incredible store-wide savings up to 50% off on sofas, beds, dining tables, and chairs. Or ask about our custom furnishing options and interior design services. Find the perfect gift ideas with accent pillows and vases starting at just $10. Lamps as low as $20. Whether it's kitchen and bathroom remodeling to flooring and window treatments, lighting, fans, furniture, and home decor, Robert Wood Furniture and Interiors has all you need this Christmas. Visit our website, robertwoodky.com. Like, follow, and share our page on Facebook and Instagram, Robert Wood Furniture and Interiors, or swing by our store at Cayman Center, Owen Roberts Drive. Wishing everyone a Merry Christmas and a prosperous and healthy New Year.
Attention Cayman Brac, Water Authority is moving. On Friday, 15th December, the authority will relocate its customer service office to the Avistar building on West Side Road to better serve you. Visit us at our new spacious location on Friday, 15th December.
Listen to the general public.
Your thoughts are just a telephone call away. 1-800-534-8255.
What the public is saying.
Let your voice be heard. And now,
Radio Cayman's Talk Today.
And welcome back to Talk Today. I'm Raymond Singh with Carl Brown here in the studio talking about the blood donations and the some of the changes and regulations. And reminder, we do have a giveaway. We still haven't got our caller in yet. The correct call with the name of the 3 sponsors who have sponsored and donated certificates for this week's Christmas giveaway.
Yes.
One hint is I'm giving away a reflection certificate.
Yes.
So that's one hint for you.
Yes.
But we have 2 more of the sponsors out there. You got to name off for me. Yep. All right. So, Carl.
So I need to pay homage to not only our blood bank staff and Dr. Lundy and Judith Clark, who has been part of making our blood bank work, and their team, a remarkable team, who have stood the test of time, managed through crises of COVID, and still not dipped in terms of their ability to provide solid output. Would also like to thank our volunteer group, the Cayman Blood Donor Service, which has been working in the background since 1999. Mr. Irma Arch and James Miles and some others who have worked very diligently to make sure that our donor group is enthused, they're educated, and they are motivated. And the expansion of that group occurs. Now,
Carl, can I for one quick second? We got our first caller in.
Yes, first caller. Yes.
Yeah. Good afternoon, caller. Thanks for calling Talk Today.
Yes, Ioani speaking. Is it CUC and Digicel?
It is. It is. Thank you. Congratulations. And what is your name?
Ioani.
Ioani, I'm going to leave you with DJ Silver Fox in the studio to give you your name, full name, spelling, and your phone number, and then you can come on down to the station and pick up your certificate when you're ready. Congratulations and Merry Christmas.
And your certificate is valued at?
Yeah, you have a $50 certificate for Reflections.
And that means Christmas is $50 nicer.
Christmas is $50 nicer, Ioani. Thank you so much again, and congratulations.
Thank you.
Yes. So, as I was saying, we are experiencing a number of advances. We do have 2 donor chairs currently at the HSA. The intent is to expand the availability, to increase it to 6, and that will be optimized sometime later in the coming year, in 2024, when we have the Smith Road facility extending the blood bank and the laboratory. And we will have 4 donor stations located there. Right. That will enable our donor pool to have more parking and ease of use and ease of coming in to give. We're trying to remove every obstacle that there is to a donor who wants to come in to give. And I'd also like to give a shout out and kudos to our Rotary Clubs of Cayman Islands, who for years had a competitions amongst them regarding encouraging those who could donate to give amongst the 4 Rotary clubs. Then it is now 5 Rotary clubs, and we also have a Rotaract club that is very active in encouraging next generation givers. We are going to resurface the Dracula Trophy, which is a humorous trophy between the Rotary community that encouraged each community to vie and compete with each other with membership giving. And at the end of the year, would announce who amongst the clusters of Rotarians within a Central or the Rotary Club of Sunrise or Sunset and Cayman Brac or Grand Cayman, the mother club, to get this trophy, which was made out of mahogany and something else, but it was a Dracula trophy, and it was humorously referred to. It meant that your club gave the most blood, which meant that you saved potentially the most lives, and that is a very encouraging thing. We'd also like to thank our wider community of social clubs, of service clubs, Lions and Kiwanis and other clubs who have stepped up to the plate to be part of our general donor pool. We have blood donors who have the the privilege of carrying. It's not a burden, but we have people in this community who have been responsible for the saving of like one person, 200 lives because of the amount of blood they've given over the years. So you're 18, you're eligible.
Yeah.
You're 18 between 18 and 60. If you're a donor like myself and you have been continuously providing, you have the ability to go on to your 70th birthday, and that is 70 CI. Yep. So we have.
What does that convert to?
But that in the U.S. that would convert to a whole lot more. It just says that our blood is 20%.
Is there a reason why over 70 they don't?
Over 70, the understanding is that you are aged. Your chronological age increases your vulnerabilities to certain illnesses.
So it's
that could be
donor.
Yeah,
that's the issue. It might become not the blood being donated.
No,
but
no.
The actual donor.
That's a donor. Yeah,
okay.
The host.
Yes. Okay.
However, hosts like myself who understand that every time you give blood, you get a mini physical one. So you get a checkpoint that gives you. It's like plugging in that apparatus to your car to check your dashboard to see if everything is fine. And also, whenever you give blood, the emission of your system, losing a pint, enables the factory in the bones to set to work to build new blood and turbocharges the action. So it's actually a very healthy process, you giving 1 pint. And it is said that part of the reasons why women live incrementally older, longer than men do, it is because they have not, their biology is one of regular delivery of blood, which enables their factory to come into play and push and produce.
I would have thought they live longer because we do dumber things. But
yes,
that might be
that's
make
part
sense.
of that's a fact.
That's a fact.
Men are generally a lot more, very much bigger risk takers.
Sure.
Even though interestingly, we can see a bit of gender parity coming up because women have been remarkably courageous in taking on men at risk taking also, but. It is a factor in longevity.
It's an interesting one. I've never considered that.
Of females.
I've always assumed there was more of a diet scenario, but I never considered the fact that that is actually a
part of the physiology, of men.
Interesting.
If they gave, they could get parity with women in terms of longevity.
I'll have to do some research on that one.
Yes.
All right, so Carl, we have about another minute left in this segment. If you quickly run down the how
is
people can donate.
Christmas time, and
it is that time of year.
It is, and there is a little more demand for that precious fluid, blood. When blood is needed, nothing else will do. You can go online to info@bloodbank.ky and you can ask. You can phone. There are 2 numbers: 244-66. I think I may have gotten this one incorrectly. I'm going to guess 244-2669 and 244-2674. I'll repeat. The numbers to reach the Cayman Islands National Blood Bank is 244-2669 or 244-2674. And if you care to drop an email, it'd be info@bloodbank.ky. Your pint could save your life or the life of a loved one. And 1 pint can save 5 lives. You are the best gift giver in the world when at this time of the year you've considered to give a pint.
Carl, thank you so much again. And
I thank
all
you
our
very
donors,
much.
Thank you very much. And we'll see you in a few weeks as well. But if we don't see you, Merry Christmas. And
same to you. And we look forward to our next segment.
Yes, we will. Let's go to our 1:30 break. We come back. We'll be sitting down with Mr. Noel Williams, talking about the upcoming New Year's Eve Guy Penrod concert, and we are giving out 2 tickets during that segment. Back to more Talk Today right after this.
You don't sound too good there, Bobo.
Yeah, you know how it is. With the kids back in school, every other week they come in out with something, and then I catch it.
Sound like it catch you. But for real, brother, flu season is here and COVID is still around. You gotta stock about things like medicine, vitamins, and minerals for you and the kids. You know what they say, prevention is better than cure.
At ValueMed, our pharmacists can help manage flu symptoms and provide guidance on vitamins and minerals to best support you and your family's overall health. Visit ValueMed Pharmacy on Walkers Road or Town, or WhatsApp your questions and prescription refills to ValueMed on Walkers Road at 926-1662 or WhatsApp ValueMed in Town at 916-5511. Live happy, live healthy with ValueMed Pharmacy.
Santa says ho, ho, ho.
Ho, ho, ho!
Don't miss your chance to win big this holiday season with the Rubis Pure Joy promotion. Win $30,000 to pay your bills.
Merry Christmas!
Each time you top up your tank with $25 of fuel or merchandise from Jose's 24-hour food mart, you earn another stamp. Collect 6 stamps and you're entered to win a lot of awesome prizes. You could be the lucky winner of $30,000 to pay your 2024 bills. Don't forget to share the Christmas spirit with gift certificates your loved ones can use at Reflections, Liquor for Less, Hemp and Tobacco, Food for Less, or Jose's Rubis. Now open 24 hours a day to serve you.
Merry Christmas!
I love Pizza Boat. It's yummy. It has my 2 favorite things combined, cheese and boats. Pizza Boat makes pizza way more fun.
Hop on board the Pizza Boat Express. Kids, now Pizza Boat makes pizza even more fun. Lunch or dinner, let Pizza Boat bring the fun. Pizza Boat, a Cayman twist to pizza, bringing fusion ingredients from all over the globe to give you locally inspired fresh pizzas all day, every day. Pizza Boat, now open in Queens Court on West Bay Road. Pick up or delivery 949-0000 or order online www.pizzaboat.ky.
What's going on?
When they don't know what they want for Christmas, where do you go? Cellular World. When they do know what they want for Christmas, where do you go? Cellular World. When you need a new phone, where do you go? Cellular World. Who has the biggest selection of phone cases, headphones, and accessories? Cellular World. Who has the best service for mobile phone repairs? Cellular World. This holiday season, shop Cellular World, Cayman's one-stop shop for phones, accessories, and repairs. Located in Baytown Plaza, West Bay Road, across from the wharf. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from Cellular World.
At Doctors Hospital, we know life happens, and usually when you least expect it. So when unexpected medical issues arise, you need quality care close to home. Located in the heart of Georgetown, our accomplished team of physicians and medical staff treat minor urgent conditions such as migraines, chest and abdominal pain, shortness of breath, burns, broken bones, open wounds, and more. 24 hours, 7 days a week with no appointment necessary. Peace of mind is important when life happens. At Doctors Hospital, we're always here just for you. Need to speak to someone? Call 949-6066.
You know, as a little girl, I dreamt of traveling to faraway places and foreign lands. I tell you what though, no more dreaming. I'm going flying with Cayman Airways. How blessed are we in the Cayman Islands to have a very own national airline? Girl, you can fly to so many international destinations without the hassle of connecting flights. On top of Jamaica, Cuba, and Honduras, you got non-stop flights from Cayman to New York, Miami, Tampa, and even Denver, Los Angeles, Panama, and child, they now have Barbados. Going to be a little cafe con leche and Hollywood Squares for this old gal.
Make your travel dreams come true with Cayman Airways, offering non-stop flights for non-stop adventures in Panama, LA, and many more places in between. For details and to book, call 949-2311, contact a travel agent, or visit CaymanAirways.com.
Listen to the general public.
Your thoughts are just a telephone call away. 1-800-534-8255.
What the public is saying.
Let your voice be heard. And now,
Radio Cayman's Talk Today.
And welcome back to Talk Today. In case you're just tuning in, I'm Ray Singh, filling in for Mr. Sterling Dwayne Ebanks. Thank you again to Mr. Carl Brown, who was just in studio, and to all the donors who are donating blood throughout the years and helping support the blood bank. I do want to give a big shout out to Miss Zita Mae Bodden, who just sent in pictures of her Camangan Christmas tradition, backing sand for your front yard, and pictures of her loading up her basket here. I'll make sure to save this picture for Friday. So Noel, on Friday, we're doing a special show with Mr. Banks talking about Canadian Christmas traditions and how things have evolved throughout the years, and just kind of a big throwback show, right? So he's going to be playing some segments from yesteryear on Radio Cayman. But now, please have in studio Mr. Noel Williams from Williams Productions, here to talk about the New Year's Eve concert. Noel, welcome to Talk Today.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
You know, I only get to see you once a year, really. Like it's right around this time of year I get to see you.
Yeah.
How's
But
your
we speak often, though.
Oh, you do. How's your year been?
Very good. Really busy. Busy year. Planning this concert. Involved with other things. You know, I'm the chairman of a board. I have my daytime job. But in all of that, the community is my main focus. I love my Cayman Islands. And I love doing things for my community and Cayman as a whole. So this is my passion, giving back to my community.
You know, you said it so casually of being part of a board. Like, you have a really hectic job with the board. You said it so, like, nonchalantly.
Yeah.
Oh, you know, it's just a couple hours a week or a
Yeah.
month.
Yeah.
Really, it's a full-time job in itself, right?
Exactly.
But, no, kudos to you, because you do a lot for the community with regards to your board work. And I know the New Year's Eve concert has become quite a hit. Radio Cayman has been involved in it for, well, actually, how long has this show been for?
I mean, Radio Cayman has been a very good partner in this event. They have been a part of it from the very start, which was in 2016. So I want to personally thank, I want to thank Radio Cayman from the very beginning for being that partner and promoting this event.
Oh, you're most welcome. I know when we first brought it to the table, I remember it was an immediate yes. They went New Year's Eve Christian concert, this right up our alley, right?
Yeah.
That's what we do here at Radio Cayman. So 7 years running, and we have Guy Penrod in this time.
Yeah, Guy Penrod.
But this is the second time around.
Yeah. So the very first concert that we had was Guy Penrod. And the support at the very first one was amazing. Having it on New Year's Eve, I remembered a lot of persons saying, wow, that's a tricky one, having New Year's Eve, because a lot of persons is doing their different things. But I had faith, and from the very first year, it was a hit. It was a sellout crowd.
Yeah.
So from then until now, I have been blessed. The event sells itself, because what I find that I bring down a lot of Southern gospel, like the Gaithers, you know, a lot of people see them on TNT, and they can't afford to go and see these people in concert.
Sure.
So I bring them right in your backyard, that you have an opportunity to be there to see a nice concert.
It's pretty cool. It's something different. Like I never really thought of New Year's Eve kind of the time for concerts. It's usually time for, you know.
Because
beach, but it was
because what is so good about it, right? That even though a lot of persons have different things to do, persons go to church bringing the New Year's. I do it in a way that it starts at 7:30, finishes by 10. So persons that wants to go to church, they have an opportunity to go and bring in the New Year's. You have some churches that bring in the New Year's at sundown. So I catch both. I'm right in between, right?
Smart, right?
And then you have those persons that want to go on the beach for midnight to see the fireworks.
Yeah.
It's okay. You can leave the concert, have so much time that you can actually go and enjoy the fireworks and stuff.
Absolutely.
Also. Yeah.
Now you've had a few venues. You've done Lions Center and you've done First Baptist Church.
So Lions Center was the first couple of years.
Yep.
And then you see my audience mostly. We have a lot of older persons.
Of course, yeah.
And the funny thing is that I had someone call me a few days ago, and he said, "Noah, listen, what did you do?" He said, "My father called me, and he's buying all of his family tickets to go to the concert, and he wants all of them to accompany him." So you would normally find a lot of families,
of course,
coming to this event. They'll bring out their mother and their father who's never been out for the whole year.
Yeah.
but they set this on the calendar that they want to be at this event. Because I've gone so far nowadays, it's so much older people that attend, and they're a weakness to my heart. Now we are giving all the older people like free tickets, like no older person paid to come in, right? So we set aside at least about 500 tickets for the older people. That's our contribution to our elderly, right? Unfortunately, I mean, those tickets are so much going. They're gone.
They're gone, yeah.
Right? But I mean, the thing is that tickets this year, again, I don't know what it is with Guy Penrod, but people love this man, right? Because even tickets at the outlets, like they're going so fast, right? So it's very little that's left. So I'm actually saying to people, like, get your tickets, not tomorrow, today, because they're going really, really fast.
Kudos to you. A lot of concerts struggle to sell tickets, right? And see you're selling so much of it and being sold out ahead of time.
Yeah.
I mean, it speaks volumes to this. And you don't see a lot of concerts where you have families going to.
Yeah.
You think of concerts that came in. It's, it's that Friday night. The group's going out with friends to party. This is not that kind of concert, but it still brings in that same energy, that same crowd.
Yeah.
And that's speaks.
And it's beautiful. And even this concert, it captures so many things, right? You have the elderly. Now you have good gospel singing that is coming from overseas to our island. Yeah. And also now a next part of this now that every ticket that is sold at the outlets, we give 100% of that to charity, right? So normally we'll do one charity a year. This year, I'm actually doing 2. So we're doing Jasmine and early childhood learning. I think those 2 charities are amazing. They do so much good for our country. Jasmine has always been a place where I think that you have to have a big heart even to work there because of the situation that you find yourself in with families and trying to make persons very comfortable and feel loved and appreciated while they're going through this very difficult time, right? And then early childhood learning is, I mean, those persons has given so much of their time, right, to these younger kids that they're trying to groom for the future. And I think the island needs those kind of charities that is in our island. So kudos to early childhood learning and Jasmine. So you'll hear from them even later because I have invited them to come on to speak a little bit about their charities and stuff too.
No,
also.
absolutely. Thank you for doing that. And kudos to you. I didn't actually realize that all the ticket proceeds went to the fundraisers.
Yeah.
I actually never knew that part. I knew there was a portion, but I didn't realize it was all your ticket sales.
All the ticket sales.
That's fantastic.
All the ticket sales. I mean, all the ticket sales go to them, and then we donate almost 500 tickets to the elderly. And persons that's over 65 and 70, But it's a joy. It's such a blessing.
First Baptist.
It's such a blessing because, like, sometimes the funny thing is that you'll go there and you'll be setting up before the concert starts at 7:30. You have those older persons. You hear about Cayman Life to be on time. Those older people. Some of them are there from like 4:30, 5 o'clock waiting, right, to go in. And that is so... That is what makes me happy. This is what makes me continue to do it every year. Yeah. There's no money that can pay for those kind of things when you see our older persons is so excited to come out to something that is very beneficial, someone that they can sit down and enjoy. That is amazing, actually.
I love it. We just had Meals on Wheels on yesterday talking about the work they do for so many of the elderly in the community and to see what you're doing for them as well from a completely different standpoint, but still bringing a smile to their face. I love it. Kudos to you, Noel. Let's go to our 1:45 break. When we come back, we'll be sitting down with Noel in studio still, along with the Cayman Islands Early Childhood Association. Did I get that right? Yeah, it's a long name. Yeah, I got it right. Back with more talk today, right after this.
Discover your dream home with Cayman National's home loan. Get up to 95% financing, repayment up to 40 years, and just a 0.5% commitment fee. Your interest rate? Depending on your risk factors, it'll be fixed or variable. Plus, you get a pre-approved credit card. This is a limited time offer. Dial 949-8300 or email lending@caymanational.com today.
Deck the halls with beautiful furniture and decor without breaking the bank. Enter the Beacon Furniture Holiday Raffle and win big. That's right, shop at Beacon Furniture and you can be our next winner. With each purchase, customers have a chance to win $500 in Beacon cash. Don't miss out on this incredible opportunity to spruce up your home for the holidays. Join us on December 30th for the drawing at each location. 2 lucky winners will be chosen, one at our Savannah store and another at our Red Bay location. Each winner will walk away with $500 in Beacon credit. Don't wait, start shopping today. To learn more about the Beacon Furniture Holiday Raffle, visit our website beaconfurniture.ky or come by our stores. 2 locations, 32 Hearst Road, Savannah. Call 945-2348 or 386 Shamrock Road in Prospect. Call 943-2500. Good luck and happy shopping.
Jingle all the way into the season of incredible savings and wish granting with Digicel. This Christmas, get 25% off your Prime Bundle plan or postpaid bill for the next 6 months. With plans featuring social data, entertainment data, and more, Digicel keeps you connected and entertained all season long. But here's the real magic. Digicel could make your Christmas wish come true. Win a prize of your choice, from getting your rent paid to a new laptop or even a brand new car. Visit a Digicel store today, where dreams come true this holiday season.
Ho, ho, ho! Hi, kids! Santa here, letting you know that I can't wait to see you all again at my grotto at Bayshore Mall. I'll be there with my friends from Kirk Freeport from Monday the 18th December until Friday 22nd. I'll be there between 3 and 7 p.m. every day, except Friday, where I will be there earlier between 11 a.m. and 3 p.m. Along with sweet treats, Santa will have a special gift for every boy and girl, and there will be popcorn, cotton candy, and Christmas music filling the air. Merry Christmas! See you soon at Bayshore Mall. Love, Santa and everyone at Kirk Freeport.
Brand Source Home Gallery is having a huge sale on all brands of kitchen and laundry appliances just in time for Christmas. Shop the month of December and save. Get 15% off ice makers and 20% off wine coolers and beverage centers. Spend $4,000 or more and receive bigger discounts for every $1,000 spent. You could receive up to 20% off. Save big on all kitchen appliances, including laundry, on all brands. Visit Brand Source Home Gallery on Dorsey Drive in Industrial Park or call 623-5000.
Listen to the general public.
Your thoughts are just a telephone call away. 1-800-534-8255.
What the public is saying.
Let your voice be heard. And now,
Radio Cayman's Talk Today.
And welcome back to Talk Today. I'm Raymond Singh, filling in for Mr. Sterling Dwayne Ebanks. And in studio, we have Mr. Noel Williams from Williams Productions talking about the upcoming New Year's Eve Guy Penrod in concert. And we also have Miss Nicola Williams from the Cayman Islands Early Childhood Association. All right, got it. Sure, Noel, back to you.
Yeah. Thanks, and thanks for Nicola for coming. I also have a surprise today. I didn't see this one coming until I got a call a few nights ago, and it was actually from our premier, Miss Juliana, right? And you know how much she loves her Cayman Brack.
She does.
So she just said to me, make it happen. I'm like, what make happen? It's like, my people want to see Guy Penrod also. So, you know, over the years, we have some brackers that would come down to the concert. We'll fly them in, and they are here. We'll send tickets for them, you know. But this year, with the premier's request, we have decided to have a little mini concert in the Brack January the 1st. So ask me how I'm going to pull it off. I don't know. But for the Brackers, we will be there January the 1st.
I love it. I'm curious to see where you actually decide to hold this, because all the Cayman Brack is showing up to the Guy Penrod concert in the Brack.
So what's happened? I know that every year they have an event down at the sports dock, and a lot of families be there.
Sure.
So we're gonna partnership with them.
Good for you.
And then we're gonna have Guy Penrod appear at that event, and sing a few songs, and people get to meet him and get autographs. So the BRACers would be extremely happy. So we're going to make it happen. The BRAC is very special to us, and we're going to do whatever possible to make it work.
We have a lot of listeners in the BRAC, and I know you made them really happy because that. I
We're
love that.
We're coming. We're coming to the BRAC.
It's like Christmas.
Yeah.
I love it. Well, awesome. I'm glad Miss Meta Premier made that phone call and on behalf of the BRACers, and good for you, Noel.
Yeah,
really good.
We're going to make it happen for them.
I love it. So that's going to be on January 1st, though.
January 1st.
All right. So it's a good way to start the new year.
Yeah, because our concert is going to be December the 31st. Gates open at 6:30, and the show time is at 7:30. We're asking everyone to get there really early. You were asking me about the venue. Over the years, we normally have it at Line Center. But for the older persons, I think the church setting was a lot better. Less people that we can accommodate, but it's a very nice venue. It is very comfortable. So we are excited to have it at the First Baptist Church again this year. So we have also our local singers that will be at this event. Our local singers are just as good as the overseas artists that come in. We have amazing talent that is here in our island. So the surprise for the local singers is that I think it's so much parts to this concert that it just blows me away. I don't know how I make it work sometimes, but it all just comes together. So one year I decided to have one of the local singers fly to open for a concert for the person that came, right? So this year again, the surprise is that we're going to pick one of the local singers to travel overseas to open for a big artist, a gospel artist in the States that's going to represent Cayman here. So it's going to be a big thing for them to travel overseas.
That's cool. For
yeah,
their career,
early next
for
year.
Cayman.
Exactly.
That's a huge opening.
Yeah.
Oh, good for you, Noel.
Very much so.
That's awesome to do that for the young singers, especially the ones that are coming up. Because I don't think we give enough. Whenever we bring an outside concert, it's always this rush to get tickets and promotions. We don't do that same level of promotion for our local artists here.
Oh, hey.
We promote.
Yeah.
We don't promote to the same level that we do for the international rivals, and I think we do a disservice to our local artists.
So we're gonna make something big out of it when they're leaving to go overseas. I mean, Cayman is gonna be well represented.
Awesome.
Because the girl that we took the last time, Jaden Hannah, she went there and she blew the people away. If she had CDs, people were asking for CDs. How can we get your CDs? But unfortunately, she didn't have CDs. So that's how good our local talent is here. We don't appreciate them. We don't push them enough for them to get that opportunity for people can actually, see what kind of talent we have here in the Cayman Islands.
We have the recent Cool Out concert, I think, showcased just how much talent we have. There were so many artists that took part in that event at Cool Out that it was wild.
Yeah.
Anyhow, that's a whole other conversation for another day, though.
Yeah.
But good for you on doing that for
of
whoever's
course.
coming up. So, we've had a very patient Miss Nicola here. How are you?
Good, thank you. How are you?
Good. So you're representing the Early Childhood Association, one of the recipients for this year's fundraiser,
Yes.
which I just found out all the ticket sales go to be donated, which I think is fantastic.
Yeah, no, it's wonderful. And first of all, thank you so much for having me here. And of course, thank you to Noel Williams for choosing us as one of the recipients of this generosity. We really appreciate it, and Williams Productions, and we're very excited about the concert too. It looks like it's amazing. We've been selling tickets as well, or helping sell, and everyone's so excited about it. So it's wonderful. We really appreciate it.
So now walk us through in very short 4 or 5 minutes.
Yeah.
What is it that the association actually does? We know we have an early childhood unit within government.
Yes.
But what does your association do?
Yeah, so we work really closely with the Early Childhood Care and Education Unit at the Ministry of Education. We've been partnering with them for a long time. But the Cayman Islands Early Childhood Association is a registered nonprofit organization. So it was established in 1997, actually.
Oh,
yeah.
I thought it was a new association.
We just celebrated our 25th anniversary last year. So it was founded by a group of early childhood educators in the Cayman Islands who wanted to do something to enhance the quality of care and early learning experiences for young children. Very forward thinking on their part, because early childhood in recent years, in the last really 10 to 15 years, because of new advancements in research and so on, particularly in neuroscience and economics as well, showing how important the early years are and how important that quality care is and what quality care looks like for young children, has really put early childhood on the forefront of political agendas all over the world. So it's a really exciting time. And then we have our founding members who were really forward-thinking and carving that path, and they've been working really hard for a long time. We have Rena Jefferson, Shauna Haylock, Lorna Blackman. They're all still on the executive and still at it after all those years. And Renee Barnes, there's just some amazing, very talented, dedicated early childhood professionals who really wanted to carve that path here in the Cayman Islands. So I feel very privileged to be serving as president for the last 3 years and then vice president before that. We do a lot of amazing work in the community, advocacy, and then also in early childhood initiatives. So there's all kinds of programs that the Early Childhood Care and Education Unit is doing, like their Baby and Me program, community program, and Smart Start too. And then as well, we work together with other nonprofit organizations. Life is one in particular. We co-created their Thrive by 5 program, which is a teacher training program. They go into preschools and it's focused around literacy. So the big thing is to partner with other organizations and say, how can we work together with you to bring early childhood into the work that you're doing? So that's very exciting. We have another big, we celebrate the Week of the Young Child every year. That's our big advocacy event. That's in April of every year. We have a parade in Georgetown and a church service and an early childhood extravaganza that the Early Childhood Care and Education Unit puts on. Yeah. And then we have a parade in the BRAC as well, in Cayman BRAC. And then a week-long series of events in all the preschools and all over the Cayman Islands, so including Cayman BRAC as well.
There's quite a few.
Yes.
Yeah. Opened up recently.
There's a lot. There's some that are part of bigger elementary schools, and then there's standalone ones too. There's quite a few here.
And so for the advocacy work that you're doing so government does the checks and balances, make sure that everyone's following best standard, best practice.
Yes.
Where do you fit into that at all?
Yeah, so we're a resource. The Early Childhood Care and Education Unit is very good at consulting, the sort of the front lines, which is wonderful for a governmental organization to be able to do that, because I think it does make for the most effective decision making if you do consult the front lines, and we're one way for them to do that. So throughout the last 6 years I've been involved, whether it's the Education Council guidelines or the Early Childhood Inspection Framework, for example, Carol Bennett just came from the Office of Education Standards and presented at our monthly meeting. That's a big thing we do, is our monthly meeting. It's all professional learning for early childhood educators. Okay. So Carol Bennett came from OES and presented the new inspection framework, and then in our following meeting, the teachers are going to discuss and have some questions or feedback for Carol on that, which is really wonderful. So we're usually involved in, or invited to be involved in, various consultations and so on things to do with policy with early childhood. So that's really exciting as well. So our monthly meetings are a big thing, the professional learning, and then advocacy too is the Week of the Young Child, trying to just raise that awareness about early childhood. And then we also are working on a big new initiative trying to start. We partnered with University of the West Indies and University College of the Cayman Islands to start first a certificate in early childhood and now an associate's degree program in early childhood care and education. Because what we've learned too from the research is that early childhood is a specialized field. And so we partnered with those universities to offer higher education programs specific to early childhood, which is very exciting as well. So that's another thing. So we're sort of partnering with organizations and trying to get early childhood as part of the work that various sort of organizations are doing. Yeah.
Well, good for you.
Yeah.
Again, you bring a lot of enthusiasm. Which you need to.
Absolutely.
To talk about topics, right? If you don't bring the enthusiasm, nobody else will.
Yeah.
I love it. Thank you so much.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
thank you for having me.
Congratulations on being the recipient.
Yes, and thank you
this year.
Too. Yeah.
On that note, we have to go to our 2 p.m. headline news. When we come back, we'll have Jasmine joining the conversation. And I do want to put it out there right now. We'll be giving away 2 tickets for the Guy Penrod concert. The answer that we need is, what year is the Williams Production New Year's Eve event now running? We said at the start of the show.
When did it start? What year did it start?
Did it start? Back with more talk today, right after this.
Radio Cayman,
The voice,
the heart, the soul of the Cayman Islands.
Today's biggest news.
Radio Cayman, your voice, your choice.
Local, regional, international. This is Headlines from Radio Cayman's newsroom.
Today's biggest news.
With your latest headlines, I'm Felicia Rankin-Solins. The Cayman Islands National Attractions Authority will be closed at 12 p.m. Thursday, December 21st for a staff function. They will reopen for normal business on Friday, December 22nd at 8:30 a.m. In international news, the Hamas-run Gaza government says 20,000 people have been killed there since Israel launched its military campaign against the militants. Israel took action after Hamas broke through the heavily guarded Gaza perimeter on October 7th, killing 1,200 people and taking 240 hostages, some of whom were released during a brief truce. The United Nations Security Council is due to meet on Wednesday to discuss calls for urgent humanitarian pauses in Gaza. A Chicago man has been cleared of murder charges after it was revealed that his conviction relied on testimony from a witness who was legally blind. Darian Harris, who had been in prison for 12 years, was 18 when he was arrested for the 2011 murder of Rondell Moore at a gas station. He was convicted in 2014, just before his high school graduation, and was sentenced to 76 years in prison. At the time of Mr. Moore's murder, the only video evidence in the case showed a man whose identity was difficult to determine get out of a car, run across the screen, and then fire shots off camera. Mr. Harris, who had no prior criminal record, was later picked out of a lineup by Dexter Saffold, the main witness of the shooting, and then charged and convicted. His lawyers have since sought to reopen the case after Mr. Harris discovered that Mr. Saffold was legally blind, a fact that was not mentioned during the trial. These are your headlines. I'm Felicia Rankin-Solins.
Today's biggest news.
Radio Cayman, your voice, your choice.
Local, regional, international. This is Headlines from Radio Cayman's newsroom.
Today's biggest news.
Listen to the general public.
Your thoughts are just a telephone call away. 1-800-534-8255.
What the public is saying.
Let your voice be heard. And now,
Radio Cayman's Talk Today.
We got some data. Let's get a call. And welcome back to Talk Today. I'm Raymond Singh filling in for Mr. Sterling Dwayne Ebanks, and our studio crowd is growing on that side of the studio. We have everyone now being joined by Miss Felicia from Jasmine. Welcome back to Talk Today.
Happy to be here. Thank you.
Now, we've had you on a few times.
Yes.
We love having you here. You have some really cool events.
We do.
At this time, you're participating in a really cool event.
We are being blessed by a really cool event.
I love it. I love it. So, you're no stranger to Talk Today, but just in case we do have that one new listener tuned in, what does Jasmine do?
So Jasmine is the only palliative care organization on the island, palliative and hospice care. So for the last 20 plus years, we have been the sole providers to anyone with a life-limiting or chronic illness that is suffering or at the end stage of their disease process and need that support. We provide all of our services free of charge. So our nurses will go out to your home and visit you and support you. We'll offer hospital beds, concentrators, whatever you need, all free of charge. If by chance you can't manage to be cared for at home and you need more support, we do have a 4-bed inpatient unit that is like a home away from home where families can come and be cared for there, just in supporting them through that really difficult process. All for free.
All for free.
All for free.
How are you funded?
Believe it or not, by the generosity of the Cayman community, because we get about 10% of our budget from the government, and the other 11 months of the year we have to fundraise and rely on the donations of lovely people like Noel to give us what we need to keep it going. And by the grace of God, we must do some good out there, because the good comes back to us, and it has sustained us this long and continues to sustain us, and the growth that's happening as well, which is absolutely amazing.
That's amazing. It is. It's great. I've just noticed the contrast. You went from one extreme of life to the other extreme of life.
Yeah. And
was that deliberate?
I'm so blessed. I mean, not with me giving, but what these young ladies and the persons that work with them. I visited the Jasmine a few months ago, and they took me on a tour in there. Amazing, beautiful place. I was so taken back by how much work has gone into it. The staff that is there that is so super cool.
They
I mean,
are.
very. So I can understand that persons that go there now, they have such a good supporting staff that would make anybody feel better. So I love the whole layout. From the time you walk in, you actually feel you're at home because of how they have the whole place situated. They even have a little place if you want to go and play games or you invite someone to come over, you can actually, I mean, it's so cool. I was like, wow. You don't even feel like you're in,
of course.
I don't want to say that kind of place.
No, of course.
You actually feel like you're in when you walk, it's a hotel or at your home. It's so beautiful. I mean, the kitchen is like, wow, like the kitchen's amazing. I was like, where's this kitchen come from? You know, it's like, it's so cool. Love it.
Felicia's making lunch.
And even early childhood learning too is like, it's, the funny thing is that last year, I was talking to both. So like I said, normally do one. And then when I finally went to sign the, with Jasmine, 2 days later, I got a phone call. It's like, I'm back. I'm like, okay. It's like, okay, how did I do? But you know what? God is good. And I'm blessed. And you know what? It's going to happen. I didn't want to turn down any. So I decided to do two because I know the amazing work that early childhood learning do, right? So I love it. These two charities, I am so blessed. And people love it. And I hope that from now until the end that people continue to support these two because I think it's well deserved in the Cayman Islands.
It was interesting that you brought up there's a lot of parallels too between the care of the elderly, especially, or people who are facing illnesses and so on, and young children. Something that sort of adults in the middle stages of life, it's an important responsibility to care for. If you're ill, you're scared. You might be away from family because you're in an inpatient at the Jasmine. And for young children, they're nervous when they enter childcare for a different reason, right? They don't know what's going on. They are vulnerable. They're incredibly competent and worthy of respect, but they're also scared. They're leaving their parents in a new environment with new caregivers, you know. So, and very young children aren't very young children aren't able to tell their parents what their day was like either. And so that's a huge responsibility for their caregivers, but also for, I think, society as a whole, and very similar to care of people who are ill or elderly. So it's sort of a lot of parallels there. So.
For sure, yeah. I think both organizations are about making a difference in the community, and that's really at the heart of it, whether it be the younger people, whether it be the people who are terribly ill or, at any age having a disease. At the end of the day, both organizations are trying to empower the patient or the child to have the best experience, the best quality of life, and do the best that they can do with what's been given. So,
Absolutely.
I need that bubbly personality. Like, whenever Jasmine's coming to the studio, the happiest go lucky bunch in the world. They're like, woohoo!
Yeah.
It's like a party whenever in the studio. It's
like he says, he walked in and felt like he was in a hotel. It's so true. You're treated like royalty as you walk through the door, and it's just nothing but good things from there.
It's just a very different temperament and mindset that's needed to, one, work with toddlers or to work in the environment you work in, given the circumstances, and still have that outgoing, bubbly demeanor. It's you have to. Is it in traffic that you release it? Like, where do you actually go? Like, where do you release all that?
I don't know. I couldn't do the children the way that they do the children. So to each their own. I guess it works for me because I'm just so honored to be able to give back to patients and their families and the community at large. That you think about what you're giving and it doesn't. The stress of it doesn't bother you as much because you're so grateful to have an opportunity to make a difference. I think much the same with the kids. She probably is like, we're making a difference. They're driving us crazy. We want to pull out of here, but we're making a difference. This is you're gonna see the fruit in the future. So yeah, it's all about paying it forward.
Yeah.
One day it'll pay off. On that note, we do have one call on the line. Good afternoon, caller. Thank you for calling Talk Today.
Yeah, hi. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Are you calling in for the tickets?
Yeah, and just to congratulate Noel and his efforts and bringing such world-class artists to the island, and especially supporting the Christian community and then supporting all of the charities that he's chosen to accept those funds and do good with it. So that was the main thing. But if I can win a ticket, that would be great too.
You can win 2 tickets, actually.
Okay.
All right. So in what year did Williams Productions start launching the New Year's Eve Christian concerts?
Was it 2016?
Yeah, correct.
All right, we got a winner.
Right off the back.
Right off.
Yay.
So, caller, what is your name?
Tommy.
Tommy? All right. Tommy, I'm going to pass you back to Paul. And if you can give him your full name, first and last, and your phone number, so we can make sure these tickets get to you. And then you can just pick them up from our front desk.
Yeah, but he have to answer one more question.
Ooh,
You gave him two?
I gave him one question to win 2 tickets.
No, let's give him one more.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Who is the 2 charities that we're supporting this year?
It's the hospice care, Jasmine, and I don't know why it went from me. The one that takes care of the kids.
There you go. Yeah. We'll,
that close enough?
We'll take it.
Yeah.
We'll take it?
Early childhood.
There you
Early,
go.
yeah, you got it. You got it.
Sorry.
All right, you scared Tommy there for a second.
Right there for a second.
Yeah.
Tommy was sweating. You could hear him sweating through the radio.
But I don't know he'll do it. He'll do it.
Tommy, congratulations, all right?
Yeah, appreciate it.
Thank you,
so
sir,
much.
and Merry Christmas.
All the best. Hopefully everything goes great.
Thank you very much. And so, we mentioned it earlier, but in case someone's tuning in now, Noel, you mentioned that surprise, and I thought that was a really cool surprise. But you got to tell the story again. So the Honorable Premier gives you a call and says, Noel.
Yeah.
Like, how do you answer that phone call?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. So the funny thing is that I have her number in as Miss Julie, right? So I see the call coming in, and then her permanent secretary, Mr. Rose, called me after, and he said the Premier would love to speak with you. And so when I called the Premier, like I said, she told me that, you know what, you made Usain Bolt happen, get him on the bracket and stuff for an event over there. So all she's asking me to do is to get Guy Penrod to come to the Cameron Brack. I'm like, okay. So as you know, when you have these events, you sign a contract because these people are professionals and stuff, right?
Yeah.
So now it's for me to go back now and try to put this in a way where I can sell it to him to go. But these persons that come here, they are so humble.
Of course. Yeah.
It's like Guy Penrod, amazing. His wife that's come with him is super, super nice. He actually have 8 children.
Oh, wow.
Right? His wife homeschooled all of them. So I asked her how she do it, and she looks so great. So now he's actually bringing his guitar player. His band is coming with him. His wife, another one of the band members' wife is coming. Everybody wants to come, right? So going to Kim and Brack was an easy sell. He was he was actually looking at the place and stuff too. So that was a good sell. So we're happy that we were able to carry them to our sister island because the Brackers always want to come. And we can't accommodate all of them because, they have to fly here to come to the concert. So we did it one year with the Neelands that we took them up there.
Yeah.
And let me tell you something, the Rudder Center was full.
I bet.
It was so many people that was there. So this year, I'm happy to the request of the Premier that we're able to answer the call and to have Guy Penrod go to Kim and Brack to have a concert there.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
We're excited about it. I mean, it takes away from my New Year here. But like I
say,
said...
You don't sleep for 3 days then, right?
I said, you know what? Anything for my community. I love my community. The Cayman Islands is an amazing place. And when you sit with persons like on my right and my left that go through so much on a daily basis, I look at my job as a piece of cake. Because the fact is that I admire what early childhood learning does for our community. And Jasmine, it makes me feel so blessed that I am a part of this wonderful Cayman Islands that have persons like this that is able to give back and to make families feel so appreciative and so much love that if it was left on the family alone, it would not be so nice.
Sure.
But having a support system in place that you can actually help families to get through it, it makes it so much easier. And I am so happy that persons like Jasmine in early childhood learning is in our country, that we can give back to such wonderful people. There's unfortunate situations that have to go through things, but even though they're going through this difficult time, you have persons to hold your hand, to hug you, to love you, and still appreciate you.
Very well said. Very poetic. I love that.
Absolutely.
That wasn't scripted at all. You just went right off the cuff.
Yeah.
That was all natural. On that note, let's go to our 2:15 commercial break. When we come back, we'll be wrapping up our show and final points on the Guy Penrod concert on December 31st. Back with more Talk Today right after this.
You know, as a little girl, I dreamt of traveling to faraway places and foreign lands. I tell you what though, no more dreaming. I'm going flying with Cayman Airways. How blessed are we in the Cayman Islands to have a very own national airline? Girl, you can fly to so many international destinations without the hassle of connecting flights. On top of Jamaica, Cuba, and Honduras, you got non-stop flights from Cayman to New York, Miami, Tampa, and even Denver, Los Angeles, Panama, and child, they now have Barbados. Going to be a little cafe con leche and Hollywood Squares for this old gal.
Make your travel dreams come true with Cayman Airways, offering non-stop flights for non-stop adventures in Panama, LA, and many more places in between. For details and to book, call 949-2311, contact a travel agent, or visit CaymanAirways.com.
Are you planning a social, an office party, or event over the holiday season? Make the most of your holiday party and leave the catering to Subway. Choose from small and large sandwich platters, double meat wrap platters, and top it off with optional cookie platters for dessert. Or ask about our Subway Box to Go, with the option of a 6-inch or foot-long sandwich, 1 cookie, and 1 bag of chips. Cater your holiday parties with Subway. Visit subway.ky for menu options. Subway, eat fresh.
Jingle all the way into the season of incredible savings and wish granting with Digicel. This Christmas, get 25% off your Prime Bundle plan or postpaid bill for the next 6 months. With plans featuring social data, entertainment data, and more, Digicel keeps you connected and entertained all season long. But here's the real magic. Digicel could make your Christmas wish come true. Win a prize of your choice, from getting your rent paid to a new laptop or even a brand new car. Visit a Digicel store today, where dreams come true this holiday season.
Happy holidays and Merry Christmas. 'Tis the season to be merry and healthy in the Cayman Islands. At Doctors Hospital and Integra Healthcare, we're not just a hospital and clinic with a talented group of local and international healthcare professionals. We're your partners in well-being throughout the year. So may your holidays be filled with the soothing sounds of the ocean, the embrace of good health, and a commitment to a healthier tomorrow. From all of us at Doctors Hospital and Integra Healthcare, we wish you and your loved ones happy holidays and a wonderful new year.
Find your dream car with a Cayman National Vehicle Loan. Enjoy 100% financing, up to 8-year repayment, and a 7% fixed interest rate for the first 5 years. For eco-friendly cars, we'll waive your commitment fee. This only applies to new vehicles until December 31st, 2023. Call 949-8300 or email lending@caymannational.com today.
Freedom, Cayman Brack. Freedom, Little Cayman. Soft breezes, blue waters, no traffic. Unwind and rejuvenate your mind, body, and soul. Sister Island Staycations, a taste of freedom. Discover all that our sister islands have to offer.
Kirk Freeport's annual $40,000 Christmas sweepstakes is back once again. Simply spend $100 at your favorite Kirk Freeport store to enter to win one of 3 $5,000 cash prizes, one of 5 $1,000 cash prizes, and loads of other great prizes throughout December. And of course, the one you're all waiting for, the Rolex watch prize draw for all entries, will be held on January 5th. All purchases of $100 at any Kirk Freeport store before Christmas Eve qualify for all remaining prize draws. Full details on kirkfreeport.com. Merry Christmas from everyone at Kirk Freeport.
Listen to the general public.
Your thoughts are just a telephone call away. 1-800-534-8255.
What the public is saying.
Let your voice be heard. And now,
Radio Cayman's Talk Today.
And welcome back to Talk Today. In case you're just tuning in for the tail end of our show, joined in studio by Mr. Noel Williams from Williams Productions, here talking about the upcoming Guy Penrod concert on December 31st. And as he mentioned, the surprise announcement that we will be also having a concert in Cayman Brack on January 1st to open up 2024. Also in studio from Jasmine, we have Miss Felicia, and from the Early Childhood Association, we have Miss Nicola. It's a mouthful. That was off the cuff. That
there
was
you go. So awesome.
It was. So Noel, quick rundown again for our listeners on where they can get tickets, costs, etc.
Yeah,
Maybe
the
all-
ticket outlets is at Christian Enlightenment Center, the Cayman Islands Conference of Seventh Adventists,
Okay.
and Funky Tang. So it's $25 a ticket. Very little tickets are left. Like I said, Guy Penrod is always a sell. I don't know. I mean, they said that he looks like Jesus, right?
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah,
All right,
I mean
fair enough.
that's the look. And then he was actually
All right.
he was actually the lead singer for the Gaithers for 16 years. So he was the face of the Gaithers. So anyone looked at Bill Gaither, it was Guy Penrod that was.
That you were saying.
Yeah, it was him, and everybody loves him. And from the time that we brought him in 2016, persons has been asking when is he coming back. So now he's going to call it a day and retire soon. So we wanted Cayman to see him again before he all says it's all over, right? So happy that he has agreed to come back. Again, gates open at 6:30. Showtime is at 7:30. I want to thank our sponsors because
Yes.
you know during this time it's a very expensive undertaking. Even the hotels, I mean transportation, airline tickets, everything. So I depend heavily on some sponsors to make it happen. So the Ministry of Tourism and Ports, Cayman First, Health City Cayman Islands, Value Med, Ministry of Youth, Sports, Culture and Heritage, even though that has changed now. I don't want to get myself in trouble. We'll just leave it there. They can sort it out, you know.
Enough, yep.
Uncle Clem's, Hides and Son, Tuna's Toys, the Physiotherapist Center, 87.9, the Office of the Premier, and our number one sponsor that has been here from the very beginning, you can't leave them out, is Radio Cayman. So we want to thank all these sponsors for making this happen. I really do appreciate the sponsors every year. I mean, the good thing is that I don't normally reach out to sponsors. Like they're in. They're like, you know what, next year we're in again. And then you have other sponsors that wants to come in. But it's only a certain amount that we can, you know.
Yeah.
But I'm happy. I'm so blessed that persons just reach out because they love what's going on. I am excited about the night of giving the donation and stuff like to the charities. And we will also make a plea to persons that on that night, even though that I'm giving a sponsor to the two, that night they will have their persons there also, that if you want to dig deep and you want to give sponsors and stuff, they'd be more than happy to receive those sponsors and stuff also. I think it's an amazing thing. Like I said, the charity is great. And I know that persons there that night would actually make an extra donation and stuff to these charities because
Absolutely.
you have some amazing Cayman people. Our people in the Cayman Islands are the best in the world.
Mhm.
They have a big, big heart. And for such a small country, we have a lot of love and a lot of appreciation. So I just want to thank, put on record, I want to thank Jasmine for the work that you guys do. It's well appreciated. Early childhood learning, the same, well appreciated. And on behalf of the whole Cayman Islands, we want to thank you. And we want to say how much we appreciate you, that all the work that you've been given to this beautiful Cayman Islands over the years. We do appreciate it, and thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thank you. Yes.
So before we close out, if we actually get some contact information, Nicola, if people want to either find out more about the association or make a donation to the association, how can they get a hold of you and where can they reach out to you?
Yeah, so we're on Facebook and Instagram. So Cayman Islands Early Childhood
Staying
Association.
hip, all right.
Yeah, it's not me. I'm not very good with all that. Luckily, we have someone who's in charge of that. Or the Cayman Islands ECA at gmail.com or info@ecdhubcayman.com if you want to email us.
Info at
ecdhubcayman.com.
Okay.
If you want to email us as well, or telephone 345-926-0374. So we're always happy to share the work we're doing. We also meet the second Saturday of every month at St. George's Hall that's above the preschool. The second Saturday of every month from 9 to 11. Everyone's welcome who cares about early childhood. So we welcome our members there too. And we're trying to increase our membership as well. So please join us the second Saturday of every month as well in person.
When you say increase your membership, you mean as far as like people volunteering time, donating time?
We also have our members. So our members are early childhood educators, but we don't limit membership to early childhood educators. So those are people working in preschools or in early childhood.
Sure.
But we don't limit it to that. We welcome anyone interested in joining in and learning more about early childhood care and education. So
awesome.
Yes.
Well, thank you, and all the best. And April, you said, was when you celebrate your week.
April's the week of the young child. So celebrations, it's a week-long celebration. So we'd love to come back on and talk more about that.
Absolutely.
We usually do every year, come on the show and share what we're doing.
Absolutely.
It's very exciting. It's a lovely week for everybody. So,
exciting.
Yeah.
All right.
Hot chair.
Hot chair. There we go. Lisa, if you wants to get a hold of Jasmine, how can they help?
So we have Facebook and Instagram, but probably the easiest way is just to go to our website, www.jasmine.ky. From there, you can link to all information if you want to find out more about how to get help. If you had questions about the support systems that are available in the islands, like we have links to the Cancer Society page, we have links to NAU page, we have information about caring for someone with dementia. Lots of information is there. So the best place is just to go to the website. You can contact us straight through there. You could become a volunteer there. You could donate online through there. So it's really the hub for there, but you can get us anyway. And our number, if you want to call, is 945-7447. But the jasmine.ky is probably the easiest, most efficient way to get anything you possibly want from Jasmine on there. So yeah, just click on there and get in touch with us.
Now, when you said volunteer, what can people actually volunteer to do for Jasmine?
Oh, so we have several volunteers. We have volunteers that are admin desks, so like more administrative ones. They come and they answer the phone, but that keeps me from having to stop what I'm doing every time the phone rings. So, and they greet the people when they come in the front door.
Sure.
So people that come and do 4-hour shifts every day of the week. We also have patient volunteers. So some people sign up to go out to patients' homes. They're not doing any nursing related stuff. They're more companions. So they'll go and they'll read to them. They'll talk with them. They'll take them on errands.
Okay.
They may help them clean their house. They may do any number of things depending on the patient's needs or the family's needs. Because sometimes the patient can't talk, so they'll be company for the family member as well.
Sure, yeah.
So they have those, and then we have other people who volunteer to fundraise and help us to raise money. So they might help with the event or holding a tin at Flag Day. So there's tons of ways to give of your time if financially you can't, and still make a difference to many people in the community.
Very, very cool. Noel, I think you've chosen two very worthy shares.
Yeah.
Good to see you.
Like I said, I'm blessed. And I also want to say a special thank you to two persons, especially Gina Ebanks and Dwayne Utar. They have been such a big support, and they are my right and left hand. Good support to have around you. So I want to thank them also. And I also hear, Felicia, that at the Jasmine, one thing that really blew me away from the very first time I walked in is like they have a little cozy room that you can walk in. Like if you have someone in there, you can actually bring them out and sit in this nice, beautiful area. The chairs are so comfortable. Everything is like so new. When you walk in, the smell of the place is like, oh my God, it smells so good. It's like you don't know that you're in that type of environment that is any sick person there. Like it's just so refreshing to walk in there. So even if you're sick and you walk in, you feel much better already.
Sure.
So that's the take that I get from that. So kudos to Jasmine. Our Cayman people, I keep going back to Cayman because I love Cayman so much. Because the fact is that even with Caymanians here, like I think people get the wrong kind of concept with Caymanians and even some of their young men. But I think what we want is not handouts. I think we need a hand up, right? And I think as long as we keep that in our head for our young people, let's give them a hand up. And this may be anyone that's sick or anything. What we need is more hands up in Cayman.
It's cool. I like that slogan.
Yep.
Yeah.
I gotta use that. Can I steal that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Noel, thank you so much again. If you don't mind, quickly run down again the list of where people can get their tickets.
So tickets at Funky Time, Christian Enlightenment Center, and the Cayman Islands Conference of Seventh-day Adventists. And I know that early childhood learning, they took a lot of tickets, and they're just about sold out.
Yes, yeah.
Awesome.
We've got a few, 28, I think about 28 left.
Wow.
Yeah, they took like 100 tickets and they just gone. Like I like what? Like yeah.
Yeah.
So they're doing really good.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Good for you guys. All right. Thank you so much, Noel. On that note, we do need to call it a wrap for today's show. Thank you again to all of our loyal listeners out there in Radio Cayman Nation, to our guest, Mr. Carl Brown, who was in the studio earlier, Mr. Noel Williams, Miss Felicia from Jasmine. Sorry, I was going to say Miss Jasmine. I'm sorry. Miss Felicia from Jasmine. I'm sorry. And Miss Nicola from the Early Childhood Association. And, of course, to DJ Silverfox in the studio. On behalf of the entire Radio Cayman family, thank you again for tuning into today's show. I'm Raymond Singh. God bless, and have a safe and enjoyable rest of your Wednesday.
Talk Today is brought to you by Subway, open 24 hours in Countryside, Anderson Square in Georgetown, and Centennial Towers in West Bay. And by the Ministry of District Administration. Explore your history, explore your land, explore your sister islands. And Cayman Airways. Call them on 949-2311 to book your nonstop flights to Los Angeles and Panama. And now, Barbados. And Digicel, Cayman's bigger, better network. And Doctors Hospital. Peace of mind is important when life happens. Doctors Hospital, always there for you. Call 949-6060